Recording. Remember, I will play the theme song.
I fucked up and I still haven't got you a fucking riff.
It's all good.
I keep forgetting. I gotta learn how to download this shit. Transfer one computer to another. Give me a USB cord on both ends.
Chili442, what is going on?
Nothing.
Well, you know what today is.
It's showtime. It's show day.
That's right. Show number 52. We made it a year. We made it a year.
I'm impressed.
Well, I'm very impressed.
I'm surprised. This year has in a weird way, has kind of flown by. The last couple months have. Just nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it really has. It's kind of yeah, I mean we're pretty much knocking on the door of 2023.
Yep.
And I'm checking our frame rates and everything, and we are amazing right now.
So we were skipping last week?
Yeah, man. Last week we were dropping frame rates like crazy. The audio bit rate and the video bit rate were running somewhat smooth, but the frame rate was just dropping out. It usually runs between 26 to, high 30s or whatever, and then you get a nice smooth video. If it goes too high, it'll kind of start messing up. If it goes too low, that's when you'll get your skips and everything. So it right now we are looking awesome. So that's good, man, because I was really hoping we weren't going to have to move the show because it only happened on Sunday. Wednesday's show, it's fine. But it's like Sunday. I don't know if there's like more people using the internet on Sunday. And, it just kind of, goes from there. So right now we're good. And I like that. I like when we're good, Evan.
Me too. Everything seems to be working fine.
Because, it is our 1 year anniversary spectacular tonight.
Spectacular.
I actually sat in front of the computer today and read some stories and everything. So the only thing I did not do, which I'll try to find it in our news, is I didn't find you a trivia question.
No.
And if you missed Chili After Dark last week, Chili actually, he didn't quiz me, but he asked me some questions, like things that I don't think I've ever talked about on here. As far as like favorite movies, and because I'm not much of a movie guy, so and I know Chili watches more movies now than he has ever done before. And I'm kind of getting the same way, where if I'm laying around, I catch myself watching the same stupid movies, though, that I've seen like 400 or 500 times. Like we talked about, I think we talked about Twister on there. I think I brought up the movie Twister, which,
No, I don't do that anymore.
what's that?
Just watch same old stuff over and over.
Oh, I'm
Uh,
bad about that.
no, go ahead. Sorry.
No, no, I said I'm bad about watching the same movies over and over.
Yeah, I've been watching these days series. I was watching Handmaid's Tale. That is gruesome. It's kind of like necessary to suffer through it, because it's I don't know. It makes you think about a lot of stuff, but it's whew. But no, I've watched Ozarks this year. I'm watching Better Call Saul. Actually, I started watching Better Call Saul like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and I watched about the first season, so I went and caught up, and then she started watching it with me, so I'm like, let's go back from the very beginning because I really don't remember it all, so I'm watching that over. But
Yeah,
man, I watch just series of stuff now. If I'm gonna sit and watch something, that I don't know. It's hard to get me to sit. So
yeah. See, and that's. I think it'll be easier this winter, but I don't know. I don't know. I kind of started. I don't know if I want to say this, but I kind of started door dashing, dude,
yeah,
on the side just for something to do.
okay, it sounds like fun.
Man, I went to PetSmart for somebody. Um, I went to oh God dang it, Menards. I went to Menards the other day. Picked up. I delivered like 3 2x4s.
Awesome.
You can DoorDash 2x4s. Just so I mean, you know, I pull
I
it.
thought I thought it was all just like food.
No,
And I was like,
no.
no, I don't want to sit and deliver people's fries, and then them say, oh, you fucked up my order.
And you can. I like it because like when I get on the app, you can pick which one. Like if it's in the hood, I know there ain't gonna be no tip or anything involved in that. So I just kind of. And that ain't right because I know not everybody that lives in the hood is, well, they don't have a lot of money, otherwise they would not live in the hood. You know what I mean?
Mm,
You ain't gonna get
yeah.
the tip that you're gonna get out at and I can't really say that because one of the richest guys on my garbage route is the tightest motherfucker. He will not get. I've tried to talk this guy into getting a container for 16 years, and he just
Hmm.
won't. He won't do it. He'll have 14 cans out there for me, and it's like, ah. But you don't want
Wow.
to. You don't want to make him mad either because he knows people.
Yeah.
So they're gonna, automatically my garbage man's an asshole, and it's like, ugh. Although now he does have 1 can that we can dump with the truck, so it's not as bad. And I got him to put all the heavy shit, like when they sweep the shop floor and everything like that, to throw that into the one the truck can dump. Cause I'm getting. I say this every show, but I don't give a shit. I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I can't lift them 8,500 pound cans like I used to. I can. It just takes me about 20 minutes now. I got to
Mm.
warm up.
But nobody should be expected to on a daily basis.
Man, I tell you what, you wouldn't believe. Whew, some of them people. Man, it's like they're like, and I had one guy, and I'll never forget this guy because we damn near got in a fight. Um, but he called the shop and said, "Well, my wife drug it out there," which is a lie. They bring it out on a fork truck. It's all the way down at the bottom of the thing, and it was on a pallet. So it was like uh, I've seen them do it and everything. The pallet was there, and I'm like, well, she didn't drag both them out and a pallet, you know, a good 16th mile from the house. And so, man, it was a farm, and it was full of like goat crap and horse manure and stuff like that. And they had it bagged, but you could not lift this can. I snapped half of the can trying to lift it up. Well, he comes and finds me at the end of the day and wants me to go all the way back. And how he found me was I run a little town just right off the highway. And he saw my truck, going around this little town. So he turns around, puts his van like right in front of me, and says, "Hey, you're going to go back and dump that can." And I said, "No, I'm not, man." I was like, I think it's a 50-pound limit. And then I was told it was 40-pound limit. And we're supposed to take household trash only. So, I told him, I said, he's like, "Well, I'll help you." And I was like, "No, dude, it's too heavy. I'm not going to try to lift that." I said, "Even with your help." And so he called.
What was he throwing away? Bricks?
No, it was crap from all his farm animals.
Oh, that's some weight. I'm trying to think of what was so,
Oh,
heavy,
yeah, well, it's all wet,
dense.
and it was raining, so it was all wet and nasty and everything else, and it was like, come on, man. You can't expect me to do that. Well, anyway, he called me a bunch of names, which I let slide. The one thing that made me jump out of that truck, it was like right around the time, maybe a year right after my mom passed away, which her birthday was Thursday. She would have been 69. Happy birthday, Mama.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Mama used to be on the show, and me and her did a show on Wednesdays. That was pretty fun. So, yeah, we think about you. But so back to what I was, I was cool. Everything he said, called me a lazy MFer and all this. And he goes, "Well, you be sure to go home and call your mom and tell her she raised I'm sorry, but raised a pussy."
Oh, shit.
Dude, I jumped out of that truck and I was on the phone with George. George, my boss, he heard him say that. And he's like, "Alan, Alan, Alan." And I was like, dude, I don't care who you are. And that dude saw, I think he saw something. Like, I don't know if I turned like a shade red, if my eyes were on fire, but he got in his van because he blocked me where I couldn't move. He like got up on the side of me and pulled in front of me like a 70s cop movie where I had to stop.
That's total dick maneuver. Yeah.
Yeah, I should have hit him. I should have just plowed into him and said, "Oh, sorry, dude, I was loaded." If it wouldn't have been like the state wouldn't have got involved with, because me having a CDL, that's a commercial state driver's license. So if I'm ever in a wreck or anything like that, knock on wood, the state boys get involved.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no one needs to be threatened like that in their work.
no, and don't talk about my damn mama.
Oh. Oh, absolutely. That's uncalled for.
Yeah, I mean, that is one thing that I don't think I ever did was talk about, even growing up when you were playground insults and everything. I never talked about anybody's mama.
Yeah,
Because
no.
growing up, I had a good friend that his mom died when we were like 7, 8 years old. And I just remember seeing what that did to that whole family.
Yeah, yo mama jokes aren't the same after that.
No. Yeah. Oh, Jason Revis in the chat room. We're getting old. Dave Bingham was the first in the chat. What's up, Dave? Yeah, you got to stretch. I got to stretch before, like, I lay down and go to sleep at night, or I get like back cramps.
Oh, I do. I get up and because my legs and my muscle tension and stuff.
Yeah.
The other night I got and Vicky's always like breathe because I hold my breath and I'm just like tensing every muscle in my body to get it to relax so I can lay in bed and relax and everything. And she's like, "You gotta breathe," and I'm like, "I know," and everything. The next thing I know, I'm sitting on the ground, and
Oh,
I was like, "What happened?" She's like, "Haven't?" She jumps out of bed, and I'm like, "What happened? Did I trip?" She's like, "No, I told you gotta breathe." I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah." I sat my ass down myself. I'm like, "Okay, that's stupid." But yeah, sometimes my muscles with this deal I got going on are just so tense I can't sleep. You know, my body won't relax. Whew, that was stupid.
uh, yeah, it's crazy what the body does, man. And I remember like 15, 16 years ago, it wouldn't be nothing for me to be sitting in your garage at 11:30 at night saying, I'm going to have one more beer,
Uh-huh.
drink a beer, and then get up and go run a garbage route in the middle of summer, 100 degrees. And back then, we didn't have AC in them garbage trucks. There was one of the garbage trucks that had AC, and it worked part time.
Oh
It
man, yeah, I don't know how you did it back then
I don't either. Because if I had to do that shit now, I would die.
on 4 hours sleep.
4 hours sleep, 100 degrees in a hot ass truck. Although I don't want to get too far, and I'm gonna do a story here in a minute because we got some news. Um, but you can't let me go off because it's something that maybe should be talked to on a Wednesday show. So if I start going too far, you gotta be like, "Hey, dude,
Reel you back in.
STFU."
Uh-oh. Okay.
Yeah, it's just you were talking about that Handmaid's Tale and everything like that, and it reminded me of a story that I read. But then when I read the story, because what I got from the headline was different from what was in the story, and then when I read the story, I got fucking pissed. I got pissed. So, but yeah,
Well,
I don't know. Getting back to the going on 4 hours sleep thing,
uh-huh.
I can't do that anymore.
No.
And like the other night, my sleep got messed up. I think Friday night I stayed up late, and then I woke up at 4 a.m. and I was up till like 11, 12 o'clock maybe. I couldn't go to sleep. And I thought, okay, I'll just sleep in tomorrow. Nope. I'm wide awake at 4 a.m. Mopping the damn bathroom floor.
You've been in this pattern for life. It's just you can't help it. Your body, yeah,
It is
it just wants that pattern.
It is horrible. And I got one more complaint about the wildlife around Decatur, because they really act like they own this effing town. Earlier today, I had to run somewhere, and four deer walk across the street. I'm not saying they ran out in front of traffic. They walked. And then started kind of looking around like they were checking out the cars. Man, that's nice. What is that? A '02 Saturn? I mean, I'm like, hey man, I hit the horn one time, and the one just stopped and he just looked dead at me. I think that's why they say you're not supposed to hit your horn when
um,
like deer are crossing in front of you, because they'll, sometimes, most of the time it scares them, but sometimes, you get like a retarded one that kind of pops his head up and what's that?
yeah, I don't know. I usually though they scatter, but I have had them at night. Yeah, I just caught in the headlights, and I one time. I mean, I was in high school, and it was Hickory Point Road or whatever. Scared the crap out of me. I mean, I came down on the brakes in my '68, but they just sat there. So finally, I turned my headlights off, and they walked away. I'm like, I think they just, yeah, they were, what they call caught in the headlights. And so, but other than that, I've never had them during the day just stay around in the road. Usually they
Yeah,
boogie when there's car comes or something.
exactly. I mean, you unless you have like a big backyard or something like that, that is the only time usually you see deer during the day. Now, I do know that we are harvesting around here, so it's kind of, a lot of them were in them fields and everything, so they're getting stirred up. But yeah, I mean, I've been in other places. I've been to other places and I see how their deer act. I think ours are just assholes. I do because they just they don't even run. I crossed Decatur Lake. What was it, about a week ago, and right there on 36, I was heading east, and there was a deer standing right in the middle of the bridge. He was on the sidewalk, but he was stopped in the middle, and I'm like, everybody's kind of slowing down. I'm like, what the hell? And yeah, he couldn't
Yeah.
go nowhere. He had to walk off the bridge, and I was like, what a dick.
Yeah.
What if somebody's riding because people ride their bikes and shit on there.
They're getting too comfortable. I think we need to extend hunting season, put a little more fear into them, scare some up a little bit. They're getting too common. I don't want to hit one with my car. So I'm like, and I think as food prices as they go up, I think people are going to realize how tasty those fuckers are.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got my eyes on a couple squirrels around here, man.
Oh man, I like
I
squirrels.
do too, but you know what? They look delicious. I, I
I
was
don't know about that.
I was picturing one. Now, see, I had relatives that were down in Kentucky, Tennessee area, and there was one that we didn't get to see him a whole lot, but when we did, it was exciting because you were trying something. Possum. First time I had frog legs was,
Oh,
you know,
never had.
never had frog legs. Oh
Mm-mm.
my God, dude. If I was on death row, that would be part of my last meal.
Really?
Yep. There we go. There's a fun conversation. Evan, death row last meal, go.
Um, my mom's butterfly pork chop, the way she marinates them in honey and like ginger and accent and what else and soy sauce and green beans, mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie,
Damn.
something like that.
Thought you were just going to say big can of chili, give him something to clean up after I'm gone. I think I think I would have to go for a couple pounds of frog legs, probably a pound of crawfish. I'd get some. I'd want the Gulf shrimp that you get like down in Florida, New Orleans. They're huge, head on. I want about 2 pounds of those. I want about 5 pounds of uh, king crab. See, I'm a seafood guy though, so my shit's gonna cost. But here's what's funny: I don't like lobster.
I like it.
I do not like lobster. I I don't know why, but if given the choice, I'd rather have crab legs over lobster. I'm not saying I won't eat it, and I know there's certain lobster that is a lot better. Like at one time, I think I had rock lobster, which then after I had it, I was told it wasn't. Well, that's not a good lobster.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, mine would all be, I think, seafood.
I
So,
don't know. To me, it's just what I had growing up. Like, this is my last meal. This is like where I started. I don't know. It's just something I stand out my mom used to make, and I've made it a couple times. But just stuff like that. Like this is the stuff I love, and let's go out with. I don't know. It's not like the best of best. Yeah, I could totally dig on some, crab legs and lobster, all that stuff. I
Yeah.
dig seafood. I really
Oh,
do.
I do too. I do too. Now, there's some religions where that's like a sin to eat seafood.
Oh yeah. Well, it's everybody's got their hang-ups, Some, the Indians, they worship the cow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then
They don't eat beef and all that stuff. And
until they get over here to the U.S. Because I know a lot of Indian dudes, and I've seen them at cookouts. I've seen them
yeah,
eat some burgers.
really.
Yeah.
Some will eat chicken. I mean, some like there's some that will eat everything. It's not all of them, but most of them that I worked with that came over that were like, engineer type people, whatever. They were pretty strict on, but they would eat chicken occasionally. That was, but most of your red meat, no,
Right. Right.
no pork.
Yeah. Yeah. They're. Oh, man. They don't even want to see pork.
Yeah, but they allow it like chicken, but mostly like we don't eat much. And they're like, if you're away from it, like honestly, it smells like people bring in their lunch and it smells. I mean, this is what these dudes, told me. It's interesting to work with a bunch of, Indian, and I would say they're pretty much the upper crust. If they had money to go to school and, get engineering degrees, if they're money, they came over here and they're paying their families back, but they were pretty much, a lot of the upper crust, that those ones I dealt with,
Right.
not ones. There's India. There's some tent city India,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
but that was kind of their take on stuff. But they didn't really eat much, meat. Period. The ones that I knew.
All right, Devin. Let's get to some news real quick. While we're on, we were talking like you said, The Handmaid's Tale. Right now, what's trending, I guess, on Netflix is a new Jeffrey Dahmer
Yeah, we were gonna watch
series.
that.
Um, Dahmer crew member says the show's trailer gave me PTSD. So I read that and I was like, "Oh my God, some millennial, shut the fuck up." But then I got to reading the story and then I was just like, production assistant Kim Alsop won't be watching Netflix's Dahmer Monster, the Jeffrey Dahmer story. I just feel like it's going to bring back too many memories of working on it, she explained to the LA Times. I don't want to have these PTSD type of situations. The trailer itself gave me PTSD. In fact, her reaction to the trailer prompted her to write a now viral tweet in which she claimed she was treated horribly on the set, where she said there was only two black crew members, including herself. I was always being called by someone else's name. The only other black girl who looked nothing like me and I learned the names for 300 background extras. So she's saying she was discriminated against because they didn't know her fucking name.
I'm sorry to hear that. That's yeah.
That I don't listen. The way those production and they're trying to hurry that shit, you cannot. And if they said they have 300 background extras, can you really expect everybody? Do you think that they were the only people called the wrong fucking name?
Probably not. But
No, they fucking weren't. I guarantee that. Oh, dude, this victim mentality that we have put into people. You're not a fucking victim. Get over it. You were
yeah, now
working on a movie set. Shut the fuck up. I got to go haul trash tomorrow. I
I hear
just
you.
I just hate that shit. Because look, if it would have been a show where she worked on it for 20 years and everybody kept calling her the wrong name and she was somebody of importance in the fucking thing, then I would say, okay, there's racism right there. But this is not. This is not at all. And but I did notice she worked on a show called Dear White People. And I just want to say, could you imagine could you imagine I don't even think I have to say it. Anyway, Evan, let's get some news. 2 gunmen steal truck from men trying to find a wallet taken by kids during a basketball game. Evan, Detroit, Michigan.
Wait a minute. Read that again.
2 gunmen steal truck from men trying to find a wallet taken by kids during basketball game in Detroit.
Oh my God.
They had a bad fucking day, Evan.
Yeah.
2 men stole a pickup truck at gunpoint from a man who was trying to find his wallet during a pickup basketball game in Detroit. They caught the guys, but Allen and Hopkins are accused of carjacking in a criminal complaint filed Thursday, September 22nd. They were playing basketball with a boy around 7:50 September 18th in the area Mack Avenue and 175 in Detroit. He had driven his father's F-150 to the basketball court. They had put their wallets like in, with their sweatpants or, whatever, their stuff off to the side. And while they were playing a game, 2 of the guys or 2 of the kids' friends went around and while they weren't paying any attention, stole their wallets. So they actually found one. The owner of the wallet asked the child to show him where the wallet had been thrown, and the child agreed. Because them kids, all they wanted out of that was to see if it had any cash.
Yeah.
And they probably threw, which is what they did. While the men and the thief were behind the apartment building, the F-150 was approached by several people with guns. The people were angry because they thought the owner of the wallet had kidnapped the child who stole it.
Oh, man.
One of the armed men told the owner of the wallet to turn over everything, so he handed him the $30 he had just gotten back. So he was robbed twice and carjacked.
Damn, that is a rough one.
Oh, man. Yeah, your day ain't getting...
But you said this is Detroit?
Yeah, it's in Detroit.
So for him, it's just like a Tuesday?
Yeah. Evan, have you ever went through a bad breakup?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was this bad. Man caught defecating on ex-wife's grave.
Well, that's extreme.
New Jersey man was caught urinating on his ex-wife's grave nearly 5 decades after their divorce. He was holding that one. Michael Murphy was horrified as he captured the desecrating man on video. I don't know why you had to video that. I think a picture would have been just fine. You didn't sit there and have to video. Murphy told Newsweek that his mother's ex-husband was leaving feces and urine on her headstone for months. The suspect, 68-year-old Dean Eckler, was briefly married to Toledo before they had a bad breakup in 1974.
So 50 years later, for a couple months, he shows up and starts dropping anchor on the grave. Wow. That man's a psycho.
As long as I've been alive, I don't know of my mother ever having any contact with him, said Murphy, who was born in 79. His mother died in 2017. So it doesn't even say, I'm trying to see how long it says they were married, because it doesn't look like a very long marriage.
Mm-mm.
I'd be mad though. I mean, I'd be mad as hell. He does it. He
Yeah, that's
deserves an ass whooping over that.
yeah, that's disrespectful, really. Yeah, that's kind of ass whooping material.
Homecoming dance postponed. Evan for $1. This comes from Fox 34 in California. Homecoming dance postponed after what was found in California high school gym. Now, I will give you. Oh, man, don't tell us we dropped off.
A gun.
No, hold on. I was going to give you a hint.
Oh,
This is going to be a live thing, Evan. And I'll give you another one. They're usually in large, large groups. Not an insect. It is a. Fuck, I don't know what. It's
a
not an
mouse.
insect, though.
A mouse. Rat.
Is that your final answer, Evan?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Homecoming dance postponed after bats found in California high school. When
Oh yeah, they're in. Yeah, you can't just get them out.
no, they're protected species. So yeah, you can't.
Yeah, our house had a bat tube on it. When we just had a roof put on it, I haven't been up to look, but I think the dude took it out. But we had bats here at one time before we lived here.
It doesn't say how many, but there was hundreds. It says,
Yeah.
man.
Groups.
Yeah, that'd be, and like, your homecoming dance and shit.
I think
You're
it's a
gonna
good
turn,
Halloween theme
yeah,
already. A little
man.
advanced.
That would have been badass. They should have went with it. All right, Evan.
Yeah.
McDonald's is selling Happy Meals to adults with a twist.
A shot of vodka in there.
the Hamburglar is back at McDonald's, but this time it's just for adults. McDonald's is bringing back its it says family, or recognizable figurines. Familiar, it should be. Seeing in business. Psst. McDonald's with adult Happy Meal, which includes toys, beginning October 3rd. You can order a cactus plant, a flea market box. I don't know what that is. A Big Mac or a 10-piece chicken McNugget with fries and a drink.
Adult Happy Meals.
Yes.
No little airplane bottles of whiskey or anything thrown in
No.
there.
No.
Oh, that would be cool, but no, okay. Well, hats off McDonald's. You got to keep the same shit fresh somehow, you know.
Well, I mean, yeah, they got to market it. Which, I
Yeah,
mean, do they really? I mean, people that eat McDonald's, they just eat McDonald's.
yeah. But same thing with like, yeah, Budweiser and Bud Light, Miller Lite. That shit doesn't change, and the same people drink it, but they still advertise it. And how you advertise the same damn product year after year, it's got to be challenging. You can
Evan,
only have so many fluted bottles and big wide mouth cans and shitty labels and shit, you know.
I know we were talking behind the scenes about starting our own breakdancing clique. But I hate to warn you, but strict COVID-19 protocols force Asian breakdancing championships in Hong Kong to be canceled this year.
Oh, damn.
So we're going to just have to work out and shoot for next year.
Okay. It's
So
too bad they can't have that. Maybe everybody could just do it from home and send in their videos.
yeah, you would think so.
Everybody does everything from home these days. Why not?
Tire vandals deflate Toronto woman's SUV. Have you heard about this?
Tire vandals?
Well, it's like I don't even know what you call them, the climate change people that they're
Oh, I saw a video. It was in the UK where these
yeah,
like a mob went up to a semi and they were drilling holes in some of the tires.
right, which makes absolutely no sense. Okay, you're stopping that vehicle from running, but what you're also doing is forcing more fossil fuel to be needed
Yeah.
to make more tires.
I hope that semi isn't hauling groceries to your grocery store. I mean, that's people got to live and eat. That's just attacking the wrong people, man.
Yeah, and they're like like there's a note here. I'll read some of it. Attention, your gas guzzler kills. We have deflated one or more of your tires. This is in Canada, where I don't know if you know, but they spell tires Tyre.
Yeah. Typical.
Uh, we did this because driving around urban areas in your massive vehicle has huge consequences for others.
Yeah, but this was a semi that I saw. But anyway, yeah, that's okay, that's just mm,
I don't know.
people are. I mean, tell me, you're misguided without telling me you're misguided.
No
I mean,
kidding.
really.
Tell me you're easily manipulated without telling me you're easy.
And it's what people will do in a group, the mob mentality.
Oh, Evan, this is finally out of Switzerland's highest court ruled on Thursday. But you know the Lint people, the chocolate, they do the ones that are all foil wrapped and shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's LINDT.
Good shit.
Okay. Well, there's a
Dude, get the chili. Next time you're at CVS, find one. It says chili on it, and
you you
it's
got
got
me one.
chili pepper, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's good stuff.
Yeah. Um
Sorry.
that's okay. They have ordered German discounter Lidl, Lidl, to stop selling a similar product in Switzerland and destroy its remaining stock. Lent's Easter bunnies was well known to the public, and then this Lidl place, they started making them cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, they got the gold covered here. Let's see if we can show this.
Gold covered.
Yeah. What happened to it? Oh, close. I don't know why I cannot get this. Oh, duh. I went the wrong way. I think we're kind of. And. Oh. Display capture. I don't know which one it is. I can't do it. I messed it up earlier when we. Right before we started, I had everything screwed up.
Oh, dang.
So I can't show that picture. I'll have to fix it for next week so we can show some pictures. And I think that is about it on the news. I didn't really see.
We forgot to mention that Coolio passed.
Oh, Coolio did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Voyage. Everybody says that Gangster's Paradise was his best song. It was his most recognizable song.
Agree.
It wasn't his best song.
No, I love Fantastic Void.
Man,
That's probably why I still call people fool to this day
Yeah.
from that video.
Fool.
Quit calling me fool.
Bo.
Fool.
Two competitors. Last story. of the night, two competitors were accused of stuffing their walleye with weights at an Ohio pro fishing event.
Saw that. Yeah. Yeah.
See, the people will cheat at everything.
And Vicky and I had this discussion. I was like, man, we were just talking about dude cheating at chess. We had the whole discussion. That fucking prize, because I said exactly what I said last week. I would hate to have a trophy for the rest of my life to know that I didn't earn.
Right, right.
And the prize on that was 45 G's, and those dudes have won like 300 or so far, or something like that. So I'm like, oh man.
What on the chess?
No, the fishing tournament.
Oh, yeah,
For,
yeah.
45 grand was that grand prize for the fish, and those guys have won like 300.
Man. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. I don't know why you would, like you said, it's not a warranted win, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
if you're doing it just for greed, I guess. But I'm looking, we did drop a few times. I apologize for that. It wasn't like it last time, no. But we did have a few times we dropped some frame rates. I don't know why. It's not Wi-Fi because I'm wired direct. Damn it. Anyway.
Don't know what to tell you.
And me neither. Anyway, Evan, I think it is after 7:45. So it is time to get on out of here. Show number 52 is in the books. A full
1
year
year.
of shows. Wow.
Quality entertainment.
Yeah. If you don't think this is funny, then something's wrong with your funny bone or something.
Yeah.
That thing's broke. Anyway, guys, for you guys, I'm going to shout out a couple for sure. Dave, Steven, Jason, Claudia, man, you guys have been here from the moment we started, and I appreciate you. And there's a lot more. I just said that because those were people in the chat room. Don't get offended if I did. Oh, he didn't say my name. I listened to the first fucking show. What a dick. Because you're partly right. I am a dick. Anyway, Evan, any last words?
No, 1 year. Thanks. I hope y'all stick with us and make it 2 years.
See, you could have made that really funny. You could have said, "Yeah, I got some last words. You are a dick."
Oh, I thought I did agree. I already agree with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Right on. What the hell?
Thank you. Thank you, though. Thank you.
Yeah, we can't thank you guys enough, man. We love you. We didn't know how long we were going to do this. We started it during the pandemic and thought, well, we'll just keep going. I even told Evan, I don't know, we it probably ain't going to last. But, man, our views go up every week. We get new followers, so share it. Share this video when it's done. Go to AlfromDtown.com. Go check out the YouTube page. Just help us out. Help us grow. Maybe one day we'll make some money off this.
Yeah.
Instead of the $20 that I get from Facebook every other month. But to claim it, I got to spend like $10. Which is...
Yeah, then we'll have a big party, big cookout, and we'll have a big listener party.
Yeah, and invite nobody except us, and we'll just eat seafood all night. Anyway, guys, we love you. Peace. Be good to one another. And show 53 next Sunday. If you're kind of in the political talk and shit a little bit, you can check us out on Wednesday on Hey Decatur. That'll be show 11. So, see you guys. Peace out.
Later.
And live. Let me end this. Stop streaming. All right. It is time for Chili After Dark. Did you have anything today, Chili?
Well, something came up that just cracked me up, and I didn't know if you know that. You know, there's lot lizards.
Oh yeah,
You've heard this term.
yeah.
Do you know there's a new term for, and maybe it's not new, but it's new to me. These women that follow the linemen down, I guess, for all this, disaster relief. Have you ever heard of bucket bunnies?
No.
Yeah, so all these women are going on TikTok and they're like, "You bucket bunnies, stay away from my man," and all this stuff, and making all these, like these lot lizards slash. I guess this is their new, little career change. But they, yeah, I guess follow these linemen down who are working for months, repairing everything, and
Yeah, because they're going to be down there for a while,
yeah, tore some shit up.
man. And I'm kind of disappointed we didn't say anything about that on the live. But yeah, man, that's a bad storm that went through Florida, man. And
Hmm.
to see some of them highways that look like rivers and shit, still, it's like, man, that's going to be a while. They are going to be cleaning up down there for a long time.
Yeah, it's just nuts when you look at what the manpower it must take to just take all this crap and just excavate it all and just crush. Like buildings are just gone,
Gone.
destroyed, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, there was like and it was weird, the video footage I saw. It was like there'd be a house right there, and you'd be like, "Man, that's a nice house," you know? And it would be like, "Yeah, there was a house on both sides, and across the street there was 7 8 houses, and they'd all be gone, but there'd be one house standing."
Yeah, but it's toast. And the
Oh, yeah.
vehicles,
Well, you
there's already a shortage of vehicles on the market, and now we'll, every time these hurricanes come through, they just destroy a bunch of them, and some will get refurbished, and that's kind of scary too.
Yeah, because you sent me a picture of what were they? Those Daytona Superbirds or whatever.
Yeah, the guy had four of them in a garage, and they moved two of them out, but they had two of them up on lifts, and it washed so high that it lifted them off the lift and sent them through the garage doors,
Man.
and flipped one over. I mean, it kind of gently. It didn't hurt them too bad because they were, water kind of, swept them out, and then as it went down, one was upside down. I think those things probably aren't hurt too bad. They'll get, saved.
Yeah, but just think of the water damage.
Oh yeah, but new cars, just with all the electronics and all the insulation and all that shit, and once you get a new car wet, I would never want to have a new car, a
No.
newer car.
Oh no, and the next 6 months you really really got to be careful on buying used vehicles.
Yeah, I actually some years back I went to a car show, a good guy show up in Joliet, and right outside of Joliet with this little car lot, and it has 71442, and I was looking for like a second car at that time.
Oh, I remembered that. Yeah.
And I got some, I looked at it and the place was closed, and I'm like, okay, so I went back the next weekend. I had a cashier's check and some cash. I'm like, let's, make a deal on this thing. And some just didn't seem right with the car. I drove it, but underneath it looked like really light brown, like, like,
Mhm.
and so I started digging inside. The rockers were full of mud and everything. I'm
Oh.
like, this thing, and then and I looked, and it has a Louisiana inspection sticker, like
Uh-huh.
2006, and I was like, bing, bing, bing. This thing was a flood car that somebody dug out of the mud, and I'm like, I'm walking away from this one.
A buddy of mine, when Texas, I can't remember, was it Dallas that flooded real bad? It hasn't
Mm,
been long ago. I mean,
yeah,
it's
a
been
couple years ago.
yeah, but he bought a truck and it started having problems like starting and everything, and they called him and said, "Hey, where'd you buy this truck?" He said, "I bought it from a guy in Oklahoma. I drove down to get it." He said, "I can't believe this thing made it from Oklahoma," and they started sending him pictures and everything. They said, "Man, this thing probably sat underwater for at least a
Ooh.
week." And I mean, I guess like all the cushioning, like in oh, what do you call those? Like armrests and everything.
Hmm.
It was growing mold out of it.
Hmm.
And he just didn't really notice it, but yeah, and then it had I guess, real moldy smell, and them guys got to digging around, and they were like, dude, you're screwed. So,
Yeah. To get all that moisture out of a car, it's just
almost impossible.
stick a big dehumidifier in it and let it run for days. But I mean, yeah, an old car, like I said, you can strip them out. There's not much to them. Dry them out, throw an interior kit in, a new carpet, and
one computer.
dry out the seats. And a new car, no, I wouldn't even want to mess with it.
No.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Luckily, I've been pretty lucky with the vehicles that I've owned. I think I did. I did buy one car that was kind of a limit. Growing up, though, like every car that I bought, like I bought a '73 Dodge Dart off my grandma, and that was it had that slant six in there. I put the body went out on that before the motor did.
Oh yeah, that leaning tower of power there. Those things went the distance, you know.
Man.
They didn't make a lot of power, but they went forever.
Yep. I was on the highway and I hit a bump, and my back shocks actually went through the
Through the floor, yep.
Yeah, and it was the whole floor was gone. There was the floor was gone in the back seat, back driver's side seat. So the bench seat in the front kind of had a lean when you sat in it. It was like, I'm surprised that sumbitch didn't drop. The only good thing, it was a bench seat, so I wouldn't have fell completely out.
Yeah. My friend had a 65 Mustang with a hole in the floor that, I mean, you could almost drop a basketball through. It was like you just had to keep your feet on both sides. And, man, that was long. Think of these cars being restored now. Like, years haven't been kind to them.
Yeah, no.
That one's probably long gone.
Yeah. Oh, I know that Dart is. In fact, I think the guy at the junkyard, as soon as he realized what was in there, he goes, "Does it still run?" And I said, "Yeah." And he they probably pulled that back out, or pulled that back there and pulled that motor. That was the first thing they probably did.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, that slant six, man, that thing, it ran. That was a running car. I put 200,000 miles on that vehicle easy. And that was as a teenager. So, I was fucking revving it up and neutral and throwing it in drive, and because I didn't have a V8, so I had to smoke them tires somehow.
Yeah, it's amazing the beatings this shit will take.
Oh, man. I beat the death out of that car.
Cars were built.
A lot of love making in that car, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, 73 Dodge Dart 4-door. That was a sled, dude.
Probably pulling it.
Man.
Good thing you don't have that anymore, you know?
I know. It was a P-Wagon for sure. Oh, my God. So, man, I've done this thing where I started I picked up a hobby that I don't know if I should have, but I've been buying these plants on clearance that are like almost dead.
And trying to revive them.
Yeah, and I think there's one that I don't know. It is a Japanese orchid, and the main stem on it was broken half. I did not know that when I bought it for $1.
They have some scotch tape around it.
No, I found hemp. It's hemp healing wrap for branches. Found it on the internet. Mm-hmm. So I ordered some of that. It came, and I wrapped this up, and I planted it, and I went ahead and I did plant food and everything. And the only reason I use plant food uh, is like right after I replant it. So it's got little, that soil's got a little extra nutrients. So then, them roots will get into that new soil. And man, I think this thing's sprouting. It's not sprouting, but when I planted it yesterday, it was like it almost limp. And today, when I got up, I stuck it in the sun for a while. I took a nap, and when I got up, the leaves are like pointing up.
Nice.
So, and the one I bought, I thought it was gonna die. I thought there ain't no way. So I got some, I got the stuff that I use in my fish tank, like my pruning shears and everything, and they're like surgical. Like them little scissors I got, man, they'll cut the shit out of somebody. It'd be a little bitty cut, but they'll cut the shit out of you know. And
Hmm.
so I got on there and I cut them dead pieces off, and dude, I can't believe, it was 7 inches when I bought it. I measured it, and it's over almost a foot now with new growth.
Nice. Very nice.
So, yeah. But see, that's from my grandma. My grandma had like plants that if it would drop below 60, there were certain plants that had to come in that night. If it dropped below 50, there were certain plants. There was only a few plants that we would leave out until like winter hit, until like it hit below freezing and everything. But so grandma owned the plants. Alan had to take care of them plants. And the same with the garden. My grandma, everybody sit there and like would just, oh my God, your garden. And she'd give all this food away and everything. I'm like, man, she ain't been in that garden once. That was me pulling all them weeds and planting and doing all that. But grandma took all the credit.
And it's a lot of work.
Man, but I love it. And it's been relaxing to me. I was sitting there thinking the other day, man, I sit there and looked, and I had like soil, topsoil under my fingernails. I was like, man, that's a good feeling to have. But then I went and washed my hands. But, and that's the same with my fish tanks. I love getting my hands in there. And they said if you want anything to thrive, like fish tank or plants or anything like that, your hands should be in that soil or in that water at least once a week.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Get in tune with it.
So yeah. So right now I'm sitting at 4 plants, and I really want a spider plant. I wish could find somebody with one, because those are ones that you can just cut a piece off and like throw in water, and they'll start sprouting roots, and then you can plant it.
I'll ask if we have one.
Yeah. Oh, I bet you you do.
We have a lot of plants.
Yeah. Tell
A
her.
lot.
Yeah. Tell her I want a start for a spider plant, if she would, please.
Yeah, because that sounds familiar.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't find them around here, and I was hoping to find one. Lowe's, if you're in D town and you want to mess around like I am, and it's cheap. I mean, the most expensive plant I have bought is $4, because I hit the clearance rack, and I buy
Mm.
these plants that are almost dead, and if the leaves are wilty and everything like that, but they're not brown, that's a plant that can be saved. But the first thing you got to do is get it out of that nasty soil, because the soil that they use to like, give that plant to you, it's not good soil to use. Anytime you buy a house plant, you should always transplant it into some good organic soil,
Mm. Yeah.
or get it into the ground.
Yeah.
You don't want to, because I see some of them that, they got a nice little pot with them and everything. It's cool to use that pot, but I would strongly recommend. Are we really talking about fucking plants?
Yeah, you are.
That's some old people shit right there, Evan. I told you.
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
it started happening when I bought them slip-on Skechers.
It just creeps up on you, doesn't it? It just
Man,
creeps up on you.
that's like I had a couple buddies trying to talk me into going out Saturday night. And they wanted me to go to a couple bars. I was like, a couple? And they weren't even talking about leaving until like 10 o'clock. And I'm like, no fucking way. No
Yeah.
fucking way. That doesn't even sound fun to me anymore.
Leaving at 10 o'clock to go out. I
And
remember when I used to sit around until 9 or 10 and go out. Yeah.
yeah,
Why even bother going out before that?
because the bars are dead. But nowadays, I don't I don't really want to be out when the sun's down. You know what I mean? To
Mm-hmm.
me, I get all my shit done when the sun's up. And then when the sun's down, I just want to be at home. I just want to chill.
I hear you.
But anyway, I don't know. Well, we've talked about plants. We talked about serial killers. Again, another show we mentioned serial killers. I noticed that.
It's a theme there, huh?
Well, I think so. I do watch a lot of crime shit though.
I think
That's
everybody does.
um
It's fascinating. We always want to know, like I said, why.
yeah. Yeah. And then the first 48, I love that. Although I will say, and I this isn't my joke or anything, but and I can't remember who said it, but there was a comedian that said he watches, it was Burt Kreischer, or whatever his name is. He said, he goes 300 episodes he's watched. He says only 2 of them asked for a lawyer. He said, and those 2 said charges were later dropped. he said don't get in there, and he goes, think you're gonna argue or talk your way out of it and everything like that. Now, I'd have to agree with him. I know he did it as a joke, but you damn right. If you're already in jail, they're not opening that door to let you out.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Don't say another word.
No.
Don't say a word from the beginning, like the lawyers say.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
You know.
that's your right.
Yeah.
Don't
Call a lawyer and shut the hell up.
Because number one, you wouldn't be, in jail anyway, being questioned and shit if they didn't already have something on you.
Well, that's a strong point.
But anyway, Chili.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we'll go ahead, and we're about 110 in.
We're gonna call it.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and call Show 52. I can't believe it, man. 1 year of me and Chili. Like I said, we started doing this on during COVID, during the lockdown and everything. It was like, man, let's go ahead and you want to do that, and yeah, might as well. Ain't nothing else to do.
True.
Because back hell, when that lockdown here in Illinois, when it first came, you couldn't. Everything was closed, and the hell, they even put a curfew that first week or so. You had to be going to work, or it was crazy, man. It was like some fucking Nazi Germany type shit.
Yeah, that's not. Don't like that at all.
Yeah, hopefully that never happens again, and we never let that happen again.
That's the thing right there.
Yeah,
We let that happen.
we sure did. It was a test run, I think.
Yeah.
That's my opinion. Anyway, guys, thank you so much, man. Me and Evan, we could sit here another hour and tell you how much we appreciate you. and for tuning in to our dumb little show. Before I could kind of see it because we played music, and I kind of thought the music brought people in, but obviously they kind of like what me and you do. So,
I hope so. Yeah.
or this is a total waste of fucking time.
If people need that mind numbing time, well, we're here to provide it.
Man, tenfold. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week for show 53. Be sure to check us out on Wednesday if you can listen to uh, political opinions and stuff like that. If you can't, hey, I understand, man. I totally get it. But
Yeah.
Wednesdays are our show to do that, and I kind of enjoy that show too. Sometimes I go off a little more than others. I've been
Yeah.
the last couple weeks I did have a tie. I don't. It was a rant,
Yeah. You come prepared. You do.
and I mean I want to be. I want somebody to argue with me. I would love to just have somebody that's either far right wing or far left wing to just come on and try to, because I'm straight middle of the fucking road. So
Mm,
I can see points on both sides, and I think that's what a lot of people miss when you're so far one way or so far the other way. But
yeah.
until Wednesday or Sunday, guys, we will see you then. We love you. Peace. Be good to one another.
Later.